Welcome back everyone. In this video we are going to talk about Solana coin. And before we go to the smaller time frames, basically the view that we are seeing potentially on the Solana coin is pretty simple. We might see some kind of upward movement to $235. Now, few indicators that we like here also and we are using is 200 EMA and this Bollinger Bands path, as you can see now. First of all, 200 EMA has been acting as some kind of like proper support zone for the coin, and we see that each time we touched the zone, we had a proper bounce. Although some kind of like liquidity movements as well, we still bounced off, and buyers overtook this each time the zone. Now, the second thing, what's more interesting for us is the Bollinger Bands path. Now, usually when we see Bollinger Bands outside either upward zone here or let's see below zone here, so this is oversold, this is overbought zone, we usually go back to the another zone here. Now, recently we went outside the Bollinger Bands lower zone, plus we went outside with this 200 EMA. Now there is a chance of seeing price to reach at least this middle line of Bollinger Bands, and on top of it, of course, the major target would be possible movement to this zone. But first move should be again to this middle line, and let's say, not let's say, but let's see, it will be like 17%, and to the upper side it would be like 37%. So two possible ways for the Solana coin to move here. And now, before we are ending this video as well, let's go on smaller time frames. Wait, let's determine the major zones for us on daily time frames so we get a better understanding of smaller time frames as well, where we are aiming the price to move. So this is the first zone and this is the second zone. Now going to the 4-hour time frame, we see that the first zone basically is near the CMA gap, which is unfilled. Let's remove this one as well. So although we see markets are pretty weak right now, and after this like liquidity moment here, you can see proper wicks as well here. We had smaller correction and still sellers are dominating. Now, what we are going to look for is basically, wait, let's go on 30-minute time frame for a proper like entry zones. Now, if we see a breakout from this zone here, then we are going to see most likely an upward movement. Not even this zone, but this would be like a first confirmation, and the last confirmation would be a breakout from this 200 EMA on 30-minute time frames. So let's take the path as well. I'm talking way too fast today, but we got no time. So we see a 200 EMA touch here, bounce back, and breakout, retest, and a steep movement to the upper zone. So this would be the setup that we would take on the Solana coin, and risk and reward ratio would be, I think, pretty good here. So basically, stop loss should be slightly below 200 EMA, sorry, 100 EMA, and risk and reward ratio is basically 1 to 4, which is way too good. So this would be the first like trade for us. And of course, once we reach this zone, we are going to look for either a steep movement to the lower zones again, or wait, steep movement to lower zones, or a reclaim of the upper line on the Bollinger Bands on the daily time frame. So something like this. Although this scenario is less likely to happen, so we are just going to remove this and we are going to leave the trading setup with these two zones here. So let's put this one properly as well. We see a breakout, retests like this, making it a little bit more presentable or whatever. So this is what we see on the Solana coin. Again, on daily time frame, keep an eye on this middle line of Bollinger Bands. So this line here, you can see currently in the bearish trend, but we are looking for a retest of this zone because price recently went outside the Bollinger Bands lower line, and we also went slightly below this 200 EMA, which last time resulted in a pretty nice movement to the upper zone. So that's it for the Solana coin. Pretty informative video this time, but as always, trade safe. Thanks for watching, and until next time.